Welcome, listeners, to another episode of the Chris Talk Show, where we bring you the news and dive into a wide range of topics that matter to you. I also give my views and my opinion. The show starts right now. Let's get into it.
Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
What's up, listeners? Welcome to another episode of Chris Talks. I am your host with the most, Chris Talks. All right, so let's get into our first story and our top story, which is about again, we have to do this again. Okay, here we go. This story is coming from New York City. Republican lawmakers to introduce resolution to expel Republican George Santos from Congress. I already spoke about this before. This guy, boo him. Please boo him. This guy just he doesn't deserve no place in Congress. Okay, we already seen more than one congressman try to exile this guy. Okay, why is he still in Congress? I don't know, but I'm not going to give you my full view on it. We're going to let Sarah, our AI, take over and play this report for you. Play this story. This is our top story. Let's get into it. Let's hit it. Sarah, AI, take over. Let's do it.
A group of House Republicans from New York is introducing a resolution to expel Rep. George Santos, RNY, from Congress. Today, I'll be introducing an expulsion resolution to rid the People's House of fraudster George Santos. Rep. Anthony Desposito, RNY, said Wednesday on X. He told reporters he considers Santos a stain on the House and on New York State. It's time that we move on from George Santos, Desposito said. He said the resolution will be co-sponsored by fellow New York House Republicans Nick LaLota, Mike Lawler, Mark Molinaro, Nick Langworthy and Brandon Williams. LaLota said he considers Santos an immoral and trustworthy person. The sooner he's gone, the better, he said. Booting Santos would require a 2/3 vote of the entire House. A benchmark LaLota seemed confident of meeting. I predict this resolution is going to catch fire. Many people feel how we do, he said. Federal prosecutors Tuesday issued a 23-count superseding indictment alleging Santos committed identity theft, fraud and other offenses. Santos, who was first indicted in May, has said he plans to fight the charges. He pleaded not guilty in the original 13-count indictment earlier this year. If they want to be judge, jury and arbitrator of the whole goddamn thing, let them do it, Santos said, responding to the resolution as he ran to his office from a Republican conference meeting. They just want to silence the people of the 3rd Congressional District, he said later. Santos' New York GOP colleagues had previously called for him to step down in light of the criminal charges and revelations that he'd fabricated large parts of his resume. I said he should resign and he should still resign, Molinaro said on X Tuesday after the additional charges were announced. House Democrats moved to expel Santos in May after he was initially charged. But Republicans voted to refer their motion to the Ethics Committee, which has been investigating him since March. Desposito suggested he and his colleagues have waited long enough. I know that ethics has been a little busy, but, it's time that we see some results, he said. Santos acknowledged embellishing parts of his background but insisted that he hadn't done anything criminal and that he had earned his money legitimately. The indictment unsealed in May alleged he'd been using campaign donations for personal expenses, including designer clothes, that he had applied for pandemic unemployment benefits at a time when he was making $120,000 a year and that he lied about his income in House financial documents. He was hit with 10 additional charges Tuesday alleging he stole people's identities, made charges on his own Donna's credit cards without their authorization and falsely inflated the campaign's reported receipts with non-existent loans and contributions that were either fabricated or stolen, said Brian Peace, the U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of New York. One of the alleged schemes included falsely claims that 10 relatives of Santos and his then campaign treasurer, Nancy Marks, had donated big bucks to his campaign to make it appear that he was raising more money than he actually was in order to qualify for assistance from the National Party. Santos and Marks both knew that these individuals had neither made the reported contributions nor given authorization for their personal information to be included in such false public reports. Prosecutors said Marks pleaded guilty to related conspiracy charges last week. Santos, who was released on $500,000 bond after he pleaded not guilty to the original charges, is scheduled to be arraigned on the superseding indictment October 27. Santos has called the charges a witch hunt, and he has vowed not to resign.
All right, folks. Now, all right, to all my listeners, before we dig into this story, as always, let's pay those bills. All the links and everything are right there on your screen. You can also check me out on our Facebook page. You can also check us out on our Facebook page where we post up motivational, inspirational, and spiritual content to help you through your day. Okay, so check this out. We are going to dig into this Santos guy real quick. But I have dug into this Santos guy so many times. To all my regular listeners, to all my regular followers, to all y'all who follow me, y'all know how this guy is. Okay? Y'all know this guy is a straight up, I don't know, what's the best way we can use it? He's a straight up con artist. Straight up.
Bruh.
Yes. And we're going to give him our dummy buzzer for the evening. Can we do that one more time? Yes, the Santos guy get our dummy buzzer. We have I've done like I don't know how many shows that I could say that I've done on this guy. But this guy should have been voted out of the house so long ago. And I mean, are we surprised? Are we surprised? Really? Are we surprised? Are we really surprised? Okay, listen. I wanted to hit on something though. I want to talk about real quick because some people, they might not know who this guy is. Okay, so if you can remember the 2022 elections, George Santos, okay, is an American politician who represents the what is it? What is the Republican, right? Yeah, right? Okay, so George Santos is a congressman who represents the Republican, why I keep saying that? I don't know what's wrong. The Republican Party, okay? He is a representative for New York City's 3rd District congressman. He has been a congressman since around 2001, 2002. This man forcefully, and let me keep repeating that, forcefully put himself in Congress. This man has lied about every single, if I can say, every single part of his life. Everything that would probably matter in his life. Like everything. Everything that is of great importance. And now, Mr. Santos is in front of the courts for identity theft. And now, finally, somebody's trying to vote him out of this house. Now, let me say this. George Santos himself, okay, has been accused and has more allegations put on him, in my opinion. And I mean, you could do the research if you want. If not as many allegations, just as many as Trump. Yeah, this man is still in office. Still in office. This man has lied about his mother dying. I think it was dying in September 11th. Something to have to do with September 11th. This man has lied about. The list goes on. I'm not even going to say it. It's just that the list is very long. Okay, and now this man is being accused of identity theft from one of his own. From one of his own. One of his own. Come on. People, let's be honest about this. And I'm just dropping the facts real quick. And now, like right now, I'm going to give you my view and my opinion exactly of what I think that this guy should be dealing with. Thank you. I want to say to this, America, to all you woke people, to all you people that say that you woke, to all you people that say that you da da blah 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 and da 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 da. Why y'all not pressing this guy? Why is there no pressure on this person? This one person has lied throughout the entire career, got a public office, lying, still sitting in public office, lying, okay? And suddenly now y'all want to boo him out, and then boo him out at the worst time when Republicans are going through their own issues of trying to just find a House Speaker to get Congress moving and to get Congress acting on certain bills just to get them going. At this point in time, you want to try to cast this guy out when he should have been casted out long ago. I mean, come on, this guy falsified every single part of his life, and this is a media melanin. Now, like I said, you got we have our non-melanins, we have our media melanins, we have our dark melanins. This is a media melanin. He has lied throughout. My question is this: how can anybody in Congress just trust him? Anybody? And Mitch McConnell has been pushing for this for how long? I think that's his name, if I'm correct. In Congress, has been pushing for this for how long? He told this dude that he was a disgrace and he should not be attending anything. This was live on TV. If you go back, in my opinion, this is my overview of this. The same way social media and so many people on social media sit there and shun people, why is this person not being shunned in the same at the same magnitude? Y'all sit there. So many people on social media. Y'all out people for little things they say. Somebody say something about transgender. Y'all out them. Somebody say something about black people, melanin people. What you call black people, I call melanin people. Y'all out them. Y'all out them. Some people say something about this, you out them. Somebody say something about a girl, you out them. Somebody say something about Alphabet City, you out them. But this congressman, New York City congressman, who has lied his way into office from beginning up until now, where y'all people at to out here? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where are you? Where are you woke people? Where are y'all to out this thing? And I'm talking about everything from Black Lives Matter to that. You pick it. You pick it. Y'all know how I do. I come raw. You pick it. Where are y'all to out this man and get him out of Congress and to get him out of the position that he's in and to get him out of government? How can you trust somebody? Let me say this to all my listeners. If you have a spouse, if your spouse lied to you, you don't trust them. This man's still in office. Think about that for a second. To all the people that live in New York, to all my listeners that live in New York, think about that. And this person is making decisions for you. This person is making turn my shit down. I want that to hit your Melon Magellan for a second. This person is making decisions. They're voting on things. In this society, this person is holding a seat in the decisions that are made for you. I mean, yeah, there's other Republicans around. But this one person represents New York City. And he's still there. Still there. Still there. I am surprised at all my New Yorkers. Because I've been in that arena. Had I been in that arena, I would have done everything in my power. Everything I could in my power. And I wouldn't let when I say in my power, that means I wouldn't let people sleep. I wouldn't let people sleep to get this guy out. Just to get him out. Just to get him out. Because he doesn't belong there. Alright. That's my view. That's my opinion on that specific topic. Yeah, we got to get this Santos, New York City. We have got to get this Santos guy. He has got to get out of office. He doesn't belong there. I mean, let's be serious. He lied his way in. That's like somebody lying their way into your home. They lie their way into your home, and then you find out that they some type of mass murderer or killer. You think it's funny? It ain't funny. They some type of mass goddamn murderer or some psycho. That's how it is with this man. Yes. No. Let him go. Let him go. Because this man, he doesn't belong in this office, man. He really doesn't. He really doesn't. Kind of burn my bridges a little bit. All right, folks. Let's get into this second story. All right, y'all. So this second story. All right, let's check out the second one. The second one is about a black student suspended over his hairstyle to be sent to an alternative educational program. I keep telling y'all we gotta do better. All right, let's let Sarah AI take over and report this story. Let's get into it, y'all. Let's do it.
After serving more than a month of in-school suspension over his dreadlocks, a black student in Texas was told he will be removed from his high school and sent to a disciplinary alternative education program on Thursday. Daryl George, 18, is a junior at Barbers Hill High School in Mont Belvieu and has been suspended since August 31. He will be sent to EPIC, an alternative school program, from October 12 through November 29 for failure to comply with multiple campus and classroom regulations. The principal said in a Wednesday letter provided to the Associated Press by the family. Principal Lance Murphy wrote that George has repeatedly violated the district's previously communicated standards of student conduct. The letter also says that George will be allowed to return to regular classroom instruction on November 30 but will not be allowed to return to his high school's campus until then unless he's there to discuss his conduct with school administrators. Barbers Hill Independent School District prohibits male students from having hair extending below the eyebrows, earlobes, or top of a t-shirt collar, according to the student handbook. Additionally, hair on all students must be clean, well-groomed, geometrical, and not an unnatural color or variation. The school does not require uniforms. George's mother, Daresha George, and the family's attorney deny the teenager's hairstyle violates the dress code. The family last month filed a formal complaint with the Texas Education Agency and a federal civil rights lawsuit against the state's governor and attorney general, alleging they failed to enforce a new law outlawing discrimination based on hairstyles. The family alleges George's suspension and subsequent discipline violate the state's Crown Act, which took effect Sept. 1. The law, an acronym for Create a Respectful and Open World for Natural Hair, is intended to prohibit race-based hair discrimination and bars employers and schools from penalizing people because of hair texture or protective hairstyles including afros, braids, dreadlocks, twists, or bantu knots. A federal version passed in the U.S. House last year, but was not successful in the Senate. The school district also filed a lawsuit in state district court asking a judge to clarify whether its dress code restrictions limiting student hair length for boys violates the Crown Act. The lawsuit was filed in Chambers County, east of Houston. George's school previously clashed with two other black male students over the dress code. Barbers Hill officials told cousins DeAndre Arnold and Caden Bradford they had to cut their dreadlocks in 2020. Their families sued the district in May 2020. And a federal judge later ruled the district's hair policy was discriminatory. Their pending case helped spur Texas lawmakers to approve the state's Crown Act. Both students withdrew from the school, with Bradford returning after the judge's ruling.
All right, listen. This is some I'm gonna just say right now, this is some off the wall stuff. This is some black student. I mean, are we still doing this? Are we still doing this? And I want to let y'all know, to all my listeners, this story is coming to us from Texas. Yeah, boo to Texas. We not gonna boo Texas, but we gonna applaud the we're gonna applaud the news that Santos this, but we're gonna boo the school that this happened in Texas. I didn't know that we were still doing this. I thought we got over this. I seriously thought that we were done with the hair thing in schools. Now, I will say this. With this report, I'm gonna tell you this. Because of what happened, and because of how long this person was in the school. I mean, this kid is a junior. So he's in 11th grade. 11th grade. That means he had to grow his hair over time. So his hair has been growing for a while. And for them to say something stupid like this, come on. Let's be obvious, people. Let's boo them. And let's be obvious. This has more to do with just hair. It has more to do with just hair. This is a person who is of a darker melanin. And let's just be honest. The people that's representing the school have no melanin. None. And the state itself has taken acts, filed laws against this. Laws against this. Laws. And the family has every right to sue. Because there has been laws filed against this very type of discrimination. This is discrimination in its fullest. Well, let me take that back. Not in its fullest. But this is definitely a level of discrimination. They are discriminating against this boy because of his hair. Now, if you go back to one of my previous shows, and this is to all my listeners, some of y'all don't listen to some of my previous shows. Y'all listen to my new shows, but y'all don't go back. If you go back to some of my previous shows, I have done a show just like this with a high school student who was being kicked off the basketball team because of the length of his hair. How is this possible? Let's think about this. Let's really think about this, because this is really, really true discrimination. When people of non-melanin, okay, they have no melanin. You call them white, I call them non-melanin, but so that we agree on something. When they grow long hair, they are not told to cut their hair because of the sport or activity that they are engaged in. But when there is somebody of melanin, or what you call black, grows their hair, they're being told to cut their hair. Now, as far as I'm concerned, as far as my knowledge is concerned, now listen, people, these are just my views and opinions, but this one thing I do know is a fact. It's at least since the early 90s, when only time you're really told to cut your hair is when you involve yourself in something that has to do with the military. Other than that, why should you cut your hair? Let's think about that. People that are in sports don't have to cut their hair. People that are in entertainment don't have to cut their hair. People that are in all these different genres, they don't have to cut their hair. In fact, in some of these genres, hair is added because some of their hairs are too short. Think about movies. They don't cut your hair. They add hair. So in some of these genres, hair is added But with this particular student, and that's why I'm saying this is under that form of discrimination, because this student, this is a young teenage boy who was told to cut his hair. Now, different people under religious reasons are not told to cut their hair. But this particular teen was told to cut his hair. Now, to me, I'm gonna be honest, I thought we were over this. We were done with the cutting of the hair because of these certain things. And now there has been, and if you listen to a previous show, there's been student basketball. So many different reasons that these schools have told, let me say it the right way, that these schools have orchestrated teens to cut their hair. Now, this is what I want to say. And I want to ask this question to all my listeners. Hit the notification, hit the subscribe, and all that stuff. Now, I want to bring in somebody here that has been with me in the long run. That, we're not going to do that. Okay, this person need no introduction. Okay, this is Naya Sips. All right, say what's up.
Hey, it's your girl Naya Sips. What's up, y'all?
What's up? This situation and this story is at that level to where I'm gonna say this.
Yeah. I relate. I'm an ABM right now.
Yeah.
An angry black mom listening to this story. Okay.
And I'm just at this level of anger with this, that I wanted to bring you in, Naya. Thank you for coming in and tuning in, and I wanted to bring you in on this because I'm tired of this stuff. Kids, like, it's been going on for years, but kids have been expelled from schools, suspended. And these are some of these students, they're good. They're really good students because of their hair. Because of their hair.
I don't understand.
But yeah, you go to these, and I don't mean to cut you off, but you go to these jobs and stuff, and they're telling you not to discriminate because of somebody's color, somebody's race, somebody this or somebody that. But in these high schools, we are discriminating against these kids because of their hair. Like, what are we teaching? What are we really
teaching? What are we teaching?
What are we teaching? What
to discriminate? We can't discriminate over color, so we're gonna discriminate over
against
looks.
Hair.
Over your hair.
Yeah,
over your looks, over your personal look. And that's very foul, very low. I believe that's very low. Because
But wait a minute. Wait. Oh, before you go any further.
I told you I'm a ABM today, okay?
But we could discriminate against gender and all this stuff. And amongst people's feelings. Listeners, I am trying to tell you, this story, it's hitting me so hard because, man.
He's an ABD. He's an
Thank you.
He's an angry black dad.
I'm an angry black dad. Because this is a melanin student who's doing good.
Yes. And
he's doing good.
they say that it's a private school, one.
Yes.
And they say that he's been suspended for this multiple times. Why has he been suspended and transferred to another school for his hairstyle?
And now turn to school for his hairstyle.
For his hairstyle? Come on now.
Come on.
That's going to go on his record.
This is the result of this. Can we boo this Texas?
You're breaking this black child down.
Wait. Let's give him the buzzer. Can we pull up the buzzer, please? Can we pull up the buzzer? Find the buzzer. God damn it. Find the buzzer. Find the buzzer. We're going to pull up the buzzer for this Texas school. Do it again. Do it one more time. And boo them. For this Texas school. Because this to me, it forms, it's prejudice. This is not just, this is beyond racism.
This is their way of trying to stick us in a box still. Without saying it's racist. They're still trying to stick us in a box without saying it's racist.
You are hindering this man.
That's a hate crime.
You're hindering this man. It should be a hate crime.
You're mad because our locks, our natural hair is beautiful. That's what it is.
To me, it shouldn't matter. I said Shami. To me, it shouldn't matter what your hair looks like. That's like some non-melon dude. And let's be real. Okay? And it's all my listeners. Go back to the 80s. Go back to the 80s. Go back to the early 90s. I'm not saying that
I was a 90s baby and there was none of this going on.
Okay, but in the early 90s, you had these non-melanin people walking around with mohawks. Yeah. They didn't get kicked out of school.
Mohawk.
In the 80s, you had people walking around.
It was the other ones too. The what you call those?
I don't know.
The ones when they had the front cut with the long back.
Mohawks.
No, not the mohawk.
Well, why did you describe it?
Cut and the back, like Joe Dirt.
Joe Dirt had a mohawk.
No, he didn't have a mohawk.
Well, he didn't have it pointed up.
The back. It was I think they call it a beaver or something like that. Something.
What,
like
a leave it a beaver?
No, Joe Dirt.
I'm gonna have to look that up. But I know, I do know Joe Dirt's hairstyle wasn't a mohawk.
It was not a mohawk.
It wasn't a mohawk. It was low, like in a ponytail or something like that. But I'm just saying, it in the 80s and stuff like that, you had people rolling around in school with mohawks. Okay? They didn't stop them from rolling around in school with the mohawk. So to me, I would say that this is on some prejudice. I'm sorry for us to still be here. So we're arguing with it.
Oh, that's what it's called. Excuse me. I'm sorry. It was a mullet.
A mullet?
Yeah. Mullet.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
The front short and then the back low.
Yeah.
This was the non-melanin people were walking around with in the 80s and 90s.
And they didn't stop them from wearing those to school. They didn't stop. So why are we still dealing with this situation that we are stopping teens? And this is the problem. This is why the school cannot double boo them. I'm not even gonna boo you. Let me tell you something right now. This school in Texas, you are straight up, okay? Because this kid, because he wearing his hair in some hairstyle for
now,
what?
Mind you, this boy is a sophomore, so he's had multiple suspensions for his hair alone. If you look up his record, it's only about his hair. What does that say about the school?
And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna get deep real quick. Give me 1 second. This is gonna be bleeped out. I just want to say to school, who gives you the mother nerve to and tell his boy that he can't the way that he wanna who the
Exactly.
you think you I wish mother you tell my kids that because it is definitely gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a mother problem right there.
Honey,
sorry about that, y'all.
For the child's mother, honey, please gather up all the evidence you have and move your child into a public school. Because you see the privates, I know you're trying to do good for your child, but the private schools do not work.
They don't
For
make
a
no
black
sense.
child, private schools do not work because they try to defeat us every time. They let us in. Oh, she paid. She did this. She won a raffle. She did that. Your child's still gonna have to fucking face something.
And let me point out a fact. Let me point out what fact. I think you pointed out earlier, but let me point that out again. They don't wear no uniforms.
And they don't wear uniforms.
They don't wear no uniforms.
So why are you worried about my child's head if my child don't wear uniform?
And why? Let me ask you. This is all my listeners.
You're not a
why
uniform
is
code of school.
Hair? Let me tell you. Let me ask you this question. Why is hair part of any policy in school?
Because the white people are offended by our crown. That's why they made the crown law.
Non-melanin. We don't use the term.
I'm sorry, excuse me. Non-melanin.
Okay. It's okay.
People are offended by our crown. It's so beautiful. Our hair is so beautiful, so great. Comes in different textures, sizes, everything like that. Our hair is so beautiful that they can't take it. So they might as well just complain about that too. Because they can't complain about the skin when they're in those type of areas, you know?
I mean, I understand. They're threatened by it. They're threatened.
Very threatened.
All right, folks. I want to, that's my view and that's my opinion on that topic. I want to thank Nasis for tuning in to this episode. Let's give her a round of applause. I want to thank her for coming. This episode.
Yes, I had to come in for this. You know,
it's extended beyond this time. It's
ABM Club, Angry Black Mom.
And I know it's extended beyond this time. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in. And sorry, but I'm not even going to apologize for that. I'm not going to apologize that I went in. But this is definitely one of those big and deep topics. And this is something that, like I said, on this platform, we report these stories because the mainstream media does not pay attention to these stories, but these are stories that affect the community of everybody, melanin or non-melanin. It affects everybody because they are attacking this young man because of a hairstyle, a simple hairstyle. But yet, ladies and gentlemen, and to all my listeners, I want you to do this. Turn my music off. I want you to do this. Thank you. Turn my music off. I want you to do this. I want you to look at and think about what you look at on TikTok, what you look at just on social media, period. TikTok is one of the running ones. But I want you to think about what you look at on TikTok and not TikTok, on social media, and ask yourself these two questions. What does it bring to your life? What does it really bring to your life? What does it add to your life or your essence? What does it add to you? What does it do for you? Because we believe in so much different stupid, and we're not paying attention to the real stuff that's going on. This is something that's real that's going on. This is something that this young man, is actually dealing with because of his hair. He is facing racism. And understand this, to all my melanin listeners, racism comes in different forms. Different forms. And that's what this young boy is going through. And nobody is paying attention to it. And we need to start paying attention to things like this. All right, I am done out of here. I'm done. That's just to all my listeners. To all you claim you woke, but you probably still broke. Stop doing that. You claim you woke, but you probably still broke. Listen up. This is really happening. And people, like I always say, we need to do better. We definitely need to do better. All right, folks. To all my listeners, I want to thank you for tuning in. You could be anywhere else in the world, but you are here with me, and I so appreciate that. Also, stay blessed and not stressed. Also, like, subscribe, hit that notification button. It's a little bit to you, but it's a big thing to me. Until next episode, ladies and gentlemen, peace out. I'll see y'all later. Let's get out of here, y'all.